Okay, so this is what we're going to be using. There she is. That's what's left of her. This is a Carter M880S. I got it from a company near Peterborough. Cut it up whilst it was on their site. They very kindly let me do that. Obviously the sliding canopy doesn't work now because there's no rear end of the fuselage for it to slide onto, so we're going to have to come up with something to want to keep it really. So we're going to have to put it on some struts of some kind so it lifts up and we pull it back down again. So we're going to clean this up and try and get all the gear in. Okay, as you can see, we are in the middle of an extension being built, but I widened the door from the garage into the what I call the flight room, but unfortunately I didn't have the exact measurements, so it still doesn't actually fit. It's about 3 centimeters too wide, the fuselage. So we're going to have some fun trying getting that in there this afternoon. Okay, going to pull it out now, and then going to do a little bit of work on the rear end there, just to tidy it up and put some sealant in, so it's nice and safe and not sharp where we've cut it, and get back to that in a minute. Okay, so here we are. This is it, outside of the garage now. When I was at Skycraft in Peterborough, who were fantastic by the way, so big many thanks to them. I was in a bit of a rush to try and get it all cut and done, get it in the back of the van in the T4 actually, believe it or not. Hank, that is Hank, fantastic Hank, I managed to get it in there and bring it all the way home. So I was in a bit of a rush, so there's cutting it up caused a few issues, but I'm just going to seal them. It's not really important, I just want to get the dangerous edges off really. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to just trim up some of this excess. I would, in hindsight, would rather have left the lip on and put some rubber beading over it, but hey ho, you know, when you're just trying to get in and out of a place and not be in their way, this is sort of what happens. So right, let's get on with this. Let's go and get the grinder and trim it up. So goggles and gloves on, of course, safety. Let's get going. Okay, that's all trimmed up. See, that's obviously when I was at the hangar getting the aeroplane, you could see I misjudged there. Never done this before, so hey, live and learn. I'm just going to put a repair in there. Well, I'm actually just going to bung some sealant behind it, if you want to call that a repair. But I think that pretty much covers the trimming up. Okay, so it started raining. Got a bit heavy at the time, so pushed the Mini outside, brought the fuselage back in. There's a few bits on the front end that I'll go the right way around, might help, that need to be removed because I don't really need them. They're just ancillary devices that are obviously essential for the operation of the aircraft, but not for a flight simulator. So we'll just take all these controls out and remove those. As you can see, here's the flight stick control. So somehow I'm going to have to modify that because I've got it's a Cytec yoke system. that I want to try and modify somehow to connect to the flight sticks, because obviously you don't want to change the flight sticks, but I think all the technology's in the SciTech yoke to obviously fly the plane, as it were, so we might as well try and use what we've got. There's a little bit of metal work needs tidying up. I'll just do that with a dolly and a hammer. Straighten that out, and then we'll get back to it. I haven't sealed this yet because of the rain, so I'll just sort that little bit of dolly work out there, and see where we get up to. Okay, so no dolly needed anyway. I think just put a bit of sealant over it to keep these sharp edges off, really. Get a dolly behind that. You can see that there's a slice there that's been put in the fuselage when someone was taking it apart. That wasn't me, so to be honest, once this sort of remove the sharp edges, I'm not actually planning on putting any paint on it at all. Just going to give it a wash. I want to sort of keep it as I originally got it. To be fair, it sounds a bit lazy, but no. I mean, the aircraft is made in or was released in March 1973. It's 40 odd years old, and I'd rather just keep it as original as possible, really, even if it has got the dinks and in it. It's part of its history, so I don't plan on changing any of that. Okay, so I've given it a bit of a clean out inside. You can see because it was full of mud and other kinds of nasties, and also a bullet. I have no idea why there's a tiny little bullet in there. You can see that. I don't even know what it is. I've never seen a bullet that small before, so anyone knows what it is, let me know if you can be bothered. Okay, so something that's a bit upsetting, not for any real big purpose, the fact it's a pain in the butt, is if you can see that bracket there and that bracket there, they were part of the seatbelt frame, which has since been cut off, made it easier obviously for the guys that were stripping the aircraft down, and of course it's aluminium, so I'd like to have that, obviously I want that back in, so I don't quite know how I'm going to manage that. Well, I have to get it welded. If it was steel I could do it myself, but I haven't got an alley welder, so knackered really. So I have to take those brackets off and get someone to just blip that together. Probably cost me a few quid, and but at least I'll be able to use it again as it was. Okay, so on the other side, we've got quite a big tear there where they've taken the supports out for the wing. So I'm just going to try and improve that slightly. Excuse the poor camera work. Don't really do cameras, to be honest with you, so it's quite new. I'm sure I'll improve as we get through. My good lady wife saying hi, see how we're getting on, by the way. We're going to have to rivet this, there's no way around that. There's a bit of a brace behind there, so I'm going to, I think I'll just go and get the pop riveter and just drill that and pop that. So back in a minute. I have to draw it together with a screw, I think, first, and then with it underneath, and then go on top. Okay, let's carry on with this now. If I put a screw in there, I can't quite close it up, so put a screw in there for now, sort of pull it together, and drill through. In fact, we use a pair of cutters. That's the one. Okay, so I'm just going to chuck a bit of this on here just really for the sharp edges more than anything else. Just push it back up and have a look at the back. I was going to try and get some etch primer. Green etch primer for this, which is obviously what they use. I used to have it lying around all the time when I was a kid, when I was working on planes, but I've had a look on the internet and can't see it, so I'm going to probably have to go to some proper aviation supplies. You never know, the old company I used to work for, Adams Aviation, plug, down south, in Biggin Hill. They might send me a tin up, you never know. They probably won't. Aluminium there, and just put a couple of rivets in, I think, just to pull it into place. On this side here where I've buggered that right up there when I was cutting it, so we'll come back to that. Okay everyone, so that was the first day's work done on the fuselage. I just thought I'd whilst we bring the video to a close, I thought I'd show you this room here, which you saw in the first video to the channel, but this here is where it's going to go. You can see there it's going to sit into there, nose facing forward. So this is my flight room. Basically, it's got a couple of other nicks up there. Oh, nicky necks. There's me rally burner from when I was a kid. And a couple of other artifacts up there. They come from Canada, actually. My uncle purloined them about 35 years ago. But anyway, so that's it, that's the room. Keep tuned for the next video. I hope it was of some interest to you, and thanks for watching.